Former Attorney General Bill Barr, who served under Donald Trump, spoke with CBS News today in a wide-ranging interview that, among other topics, included the recently released Durham report and the continuing investigations into the former president. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge spoke with Barr, and she joins us now. And Catherine, this is the first network interview that the former Attorney General has done since the Durham report was released Monday. What did he share with you?
Well, thanks, Nicole. Good to be with you. Barr says the Durham investigation was not launched as a criminal probe, and he said that the more than 300 pages show that senior FBI leadership did not adhere to the strictest rules of fidelity and the rule of law. As Attorney General, you launched the special counsel John Durham probe. Critics say the Durham report fell flat. What's your response?
Well, I launched the Durham probe not as a criminal investigation, but to get to the bottom of the whole the genesis of the Russiagate scam. And the people who are criticizing it are the people who perpetuated the big lie of Russiagate and advanced that false narrative, peddled it to the American people, and did immense damage to our country, to our institutions, including the FBI.
There are certainly no charges brought against the senior FBI leadership. So is that what accountability looks like in this case?
I think accountability looks like if people pay attention to the truth. I mean, there was a lot of attention paid by the media to all the little details that they thought implicated Trump in collusion with Russia, all of which were nonsense. And yet we had a 2-year steady diet of this nonsense from the media. Now they should pay attention to the actual facts in the report. And that's what accountability looks like.
Barr also told CBS News he strongly supports Durham's primary recommendation that a new position is created to handle politically sensitive investigations in the future, Nicole.
And I know you also talked to him about some of the investigations that former President Donald Trump is currently facing. Where does he think the most danger lies?
Well, of the more than half dozen investigations, the former Attorney General told CBS News, in his view, there is one that stands out. And he said the former president's comments at that recent CNN town hall may have created more legal exposure.
I've said all along that of the cases out there right now, the one I'd be most concerned about if I were the former president is the Mar-a-Lago document case.
And why so?
Because it doesn't go a lot on intent or anything like that. It's very clear that he had no business having those documents. He was given a long time to send them back, and they were subpoenaed. And if there's any games being played there, he's going to be very exposed.
Given the developments in the grand jury, do you believe that special counsel Jack Smith is close to a charging decision?
I would think they'd want to do it before the end of the year. It could be later in the summer or in the fall. Would be the earliest I would expect it.
And why that timing?
Well, because if they're close to a decision, I think the process of, reviewing that and socializing it with the Attorney General and so forth, and buttoning it up would probably take that long.
In a recent letter to Congress on the Mar-a-Lago documents, Trump's attorney suggested that the Justice Department should stand down, and his departure from the White House was hastily conducted, with staff simply sweeping documents from his desk into boxes and then moving them to Florida. Nicole.
All right. Well, certainly a wide-ranging interview. Catherine Herridge, thanks so much.